What's up, YouTube? Team Movies here. Now, here is my opening slash streaming segment where I talk about the films and shows that are premiering this week, whether they'll be in theaters, streaming, etc. So here's what's coming out. All right, hidden theaters on Friday. We got the new Bond film, No Time to Die, where James Bond is enjoying a tranquil life in Jamaica after leaving active service. However, his peace is short-lived as his old CIA friend Felix Lester, played by Jeffrey Wright, by the way, shows up and asks for help. The mission to rescue a kidnapped scientist turns out to be far more treacherous than expected. Of course, you got Ana de Armas is in this. You got Lea Sedux. You got Rami Malek playing like the villain in this. I mean, this No Time to Die looks really fun. I mean, this movie could have gotten this like a year ago because it was supposed to come out, I believe, in April. Actually, this thing's been delayed even before the pandemic. Like it was delayed because direct to switch. Then obviously it was delayed because of COVID. So now, yeah, this thing kept getting delay after delay. I was even starting to wonder if they're just gonna release this thing straight to streaming or what they're planning to do with this. But that is coming to this because it looks really cool. It is, of course, Daniel Craig's final outing as James Bond. So hopefully this will be really. I mean, the reviews, by the way, the early reviews for No Time to Die has been pretty decent. So hopefully, hopefully I'll end up enjoying it because I really quite like loads of the Bond movies. All right. Also out this week, we got the new A24 film Lamb. In rural Iceland, a childless couple discovers a strange and unnatural newborn in their sheep barn. They decide to raise her as their own, but sinister forces are determined to return the creature to the wilderness that birthed her. I kid you not. This sheep here is pretty much half lamb, half kids. So yeah, it looks like a weird film. It is a folklore horror film, so there's that. You got Newbie Pace, who I've always liked. So yeah, this looks like it could be really intriguing to watch. So I'll give it a go. All right. Also out this week, we got the new movie called Mass. Two couples meet for a painful and raw conversation in the aftermath of a violent tragedy. And this is actually directed by former Cabin in the Woods star Fred Kranz. You also got four major actors such as Jason Isaacs, Martha Plimpton, and Dow Reed Birney. It looks really intriguing. Mostly it's a whole movie with just four people having a conversation with one another. From what I heard, it looks like the tragedy is actually a mass shooting. I'm guessing like at a school or something. But anyway, this does look like it could be really interesting to watch. So signing up with this one. It is getting Oscar buzz, so there's that. Also at this week in theaters and VOD, I believe in the next couple of weeks, we got After We Fell, which of course is the third installment of the not so good After franchise. Yeah, why do we need sequels after sequels of this? It's beyond me. But here's what After We Fell is about. As Tessa makes a life-changing decision, revelations about her family and Harden's past threaten to derail her plans and the couple's intense relationship. Of course, you've got Josephine Langford, who, by the way, is of course the who actually is the sister of 13 Reasons Why star Catherine Langford. She's in this. Uh, you also got Hero Finds Tiffin, who of course is actually the son of former Harry Potter actor Ray Fiennes. So yeah, I mean this does look pretty painful. It looks pretty horrible. So I mean I'll probably want to watch it just to add it in my worst of the year list. But yeah, this does not look so good. Also, now we got a couple of Netflix stuff coming out. That actually just got released, but still, on Netflix we got Escape the Undertaker. The New Day wrestlers seek to survive the supernatural surprises at Undertaker's spooky mansion. And believe it or not, this is actually like a WWE interactive film. So you kind of choose like you pretty much choose what happens next. I think that's actually really cool. And I actually saw I don't know it was pretty decent. A little shorter than I expected. Like I would expect it to be a little more longer. But still, I mean, you pretty much got the Undertaker as a villain in this. You got three major wrestlers, pretty much in like trying to solve these mysteries, stuff like that. There's also an urn here. I mean, It's a really crazy film, but I thought it was pretty decent and fun and entertaining. I mean, it was really cool to actually pick what happens next. So I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, also on Netflix, we got the horror movie There's Something Inside the House. After she lived with her grandmother in Hawaii, a teenager must confront her past and fellow students at her school who are being murdered. Now, this is, of course, a slasher movie from Creep director Patrick Bryce. Uh, and I actually just saw it. I thought it was a really cool little slasher. After seeing what they did with Fear Street, I'm really interested in checking out more slashers from Netflix. And this was pretty violent, more than you expect. So yeah, that was a really decent little slash. I mean, definitely had a feel of stuff like Scream. Definitely felt like those icon, classic slashes from the '80s. So yeah, not a bad little film. All right, on Netflix this week we got Pokemon the movie Secrets of the Jungle, where Coco grows up in the jungle with a solitary Sarun. When he meets Ash and Pikachu, he discovers the human world and the plot during his home. Now, of course, this is one of the few films, like few Pokemon content coming to Netflix. Looks like Netflix pretty much is now buying the rights to Pokemon content. I still hope if we get to take Pikachu, that goes like to take Pikachu too. That goes there, not Netflix, but still. If you guys don't know, Netflix is also doing like a live action Pokemon series. Now this last year they had that Pokemon first movie thing like remake last year, and this actually looks really decent. It has like it pretty much feels like Pokemon meets Tarzan in a way. So, or better yet, maybe more Pokemon meets the Jungle Book, which we already had that with the Kangaskhan Kid, which is probably one of the most weirdest Pokemon episodes in history. But anyway, yeah, this is gonna be really interesting to watch. And by the way, this week I am actually gonna be doing my reviews for Pokemon movies, so keep your eye out for those reviews. But anyway, also at this week on Disney Plus, we got Muppets Haunted Mansion. Having survived every one of his Daredevil performances, Gonzo takes his biggest challenge yet at the Haunted Mansion, where he must spend one night there. He is accompanied by Peppy the King Pawn. So, of course, now this one actually does feature iconic monsters from Miss Piggy to Kermit the Frog to Gonzo to Fozzie Bear. But it also features like cameos by major celebrities such as Will Arnett, John Stamos, the late Ed Asner, Pat Sajak. You also got Alfonso Ribero's in this, Sky Jackson. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's a really impressive cast. It does look intriguing. I mean, this is pretty much like while we wait for Disney to give us that actual Haunted Mansion film that's coming with our own Wilson and Tiffany Haddish in it. Of course, we got this to keep an eye out for. So could be interesting to watch. All right, now we got lots of Amazon-based stuff coming out this week. Coming to Amazon, we got The Manor, about a woman named Judith Albright who suffers from a stroke, who moves into a prolific nursing home. After some time, she begins to believe that a supernatural force is preying on the establishment's residents. Judith wants to escape this threat, but in order to do so, she must convince everyone around her that she doesn't need the assisted living. Now, this is actually led by Barbara Hershey, who's best known for the Insidious movies and, of course, Beaches. You also got Bruce Davison, who I believe was in one of the other Insidious movies. I believe the last one, if I'm not mistaken. So we got a couple of. I mean, it makes sense. This is from Blumhouse, who gave us the Insidious movies. So yeah, this is part of the Welcome to Blumhouse thing they've been doing. I actually just checked out Bingo Hell and Black as Night, which both were really cool films we're checking out on Amazon. So this definitely looks really interesting. And there is another Amazon-based film coming to Amazon called Madras, which is set during the 1970s and includes an American couple who are approaching the due date of the firstborn child. After moving to a farming community in California, the wife develops unusual symptoms with accompanying horrific visions. Together, they try to determine if the combination of these strange occurrences are related to a legendary curse or something evil more. This does look really creepy. Could be another interesting Blumhouse film for them, so we'll see. For all you Justin Bieber fans on Amazon, we got Justin Bieber Our World, delving into Justin Bieber's life documentary, the lead up to his first concert in 3 years, his New Year Eve show in 2020. So he had a New Year's Eve show in 2020. Hardly no one had any shows in 2020. But anyway, uh, I mean, I don't really hate Justin Bieber as most people do. I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan, but yeah, I mean, this is mostly for the believers. I'm sure it's gonna delve into like his recent marriage and stuff like that. So if you're a Justin Bieber fan, there you go. All right, on Shutter we got VHS 94, where a mysterious VHS tape reveals a sinister cult that has pre-recorded material that uncovers a horrifying conspiracy. Now, this is pretty much like the follow-up to other VHS films, and I thought the other VHS movies were really cool. They were like really anthology horror films that are really interesting to watch. So, yeah, I'm really curious to check out this new one that just premiered. All right. Also, out this week, got a movie called South of Heaven. After serving 12 years for armed robbery, a parole vows to give his childhood love, now dying from cancer, the best years of her life. Now, this is actually a crime drama that literally stars Jason Sudeikis, who right now is on that new show, that show Ted Lasso, which just won loads of Emmys. You also got Evangeline Lilly's also in this. You also got Luke Cage himself, Mike Coulter. It looks really intriguing. Really nice to see. Pretty cool to see Jason Sudeikis doing something more different than straight up comedy. So that's always pretty cool to watch. So yeah, I mean, it looks like it'd be really interesting to watch. So hopefully it'll be decent. All right. Also, out this week, we got a new Bruce Willis movie called Survive the Game. When David, a cop, gets in, when a cop gets injured during a drug bust gone wrong, his partner Cal pursues the two culprits to a remote farm owned by Eric, a troubled veteran. As Cal and Eric plan their defense, more of the gang arrives, along with a wounded David. Outnumbered, the three men must now use stealth, smarts, and marksmanship to take down the drug dealing mob. Now, sad to say, I cannot really be excited for this at all, to be honest with you, because one major reason: it's a Bruce Willis movie. I know years ago people probably be so excited to see a Bruce Willis movie. I mean, when Die Hard first got released, they were like, "Yeah, I'm definitely seeing this." When other Bruce Willis movies got released, they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely seeing this." Sad to say, I cannot be excited for Bruce Willis movies anymore. Let me just say, Bruce Willis's films lately has been terrible. Like, the only films that he's recently done that I quite actually enjoy, I'm actually one of the rare folks who did not mind his Death Wish remake. I also quite like Glass, but his other recent stuff has, like, it just seems like this guy just doesn't care. I mean, it's a shame too, because he was always like one of the biggest action stars of the 80s, 90s, and even early 2000s. But sad to say, his movies lately just hasn't really done anything. Like, they have been, his movies has been pretty straight up terrible. So yeah, sad to say I can't really get too much excited for a Bruce Willis movie anymore. But it is what it is. All right. Also, out this week, got a movie called American Resurrection. After a powerful military seizes control of the U.S., some friends try to escape the escalating violence and oppression. They must now, undetected, as their only hope is to cross a heavily guarded border. However, as the militia starts to close in, they'll need to do whatever it takes to survive. This could be interesting. Now coming to Hulu. Now we got a couple of documentaries premiering this week on Hulu and even in theaters. We got a movie called Jacinta, an incarcerated woman who has followed her mother in and out of jail, hopes to break free of the cycle of drug addiction and reconnect with her young daughter. Could be interesting. I mean, I don't know much about this whole story. I'm mostly into documentaries that's pretty much, fascinates me and stuff like that. So yeah. On HBO Max, we got 15 Minutes of Shame, which is directed by former Catfish host Mike Joseph. Last time he directed a movie was a not so good Zac Efron film, We Are Your Friends. That movie sucked. But I will say this right now, this actually looks really intriguing. 15 Minutes of Shame is a timely, eye-opening roller coaster ride through the world of public shaming. This original documentary film examines social behavior by embedding with individuals from across the U.S. who have been publicly shamed or cyber harassed while exploring the bullies, bystanders, and media psychologists, politicians, and experts in between. 15 Minutes of Shame is about one of the most pressing and unaddressed issues of modern life, brought to you by the people who know it best. This is also actually even one of the executive producers is also Monica Lewinsky, who has been, of course, shamed in the past couple of years. But anyway, this does look like it could be really intriguing. I always like this. Definitely looks like an interesting doc. We're checking out. So sign me up. Hopefully, it'll be decent. All right, for all you Dave Chappelle fans, we got on Netflix. We got Dave Chappelle The Closer, which I like Dave Chappelle's other stand-up comedy work on Netflix, so I'm definitely intrigued to check this one out. Anyway, now a couple of the shows that premiere this week on Netflix. We got On My Block, the final season, which I thought was really awesome. I mean, if you guys have not really seen On My Block, this show is like sadly, it just came to an end. But they are doing a spinoff, so hopefully that will be good. We'll see. But I think they added it really perfectly with the characters coming to a close. I mean, I think the kid who plays Caesar is really decent. The girl who plays Monet's is great. You got some new additions. I mean, really solid final season. So if you guys have not really seen On My Block, go watch it. Definitely go check out the final season. Well worth a watch. All right, on Netflix we got Pretty Smart, which is a sitcom about book smart Chelsea discovers that she has a lot about to learn about happiness after moving in with her bubbly sister and 3 roommates. This, of course, is led by Emily Osment, who's best known for other sitcoms such as Hannah Montana, Young and Hungry. So nice to see her pretty much back to the sitcom cycle. So could be interesting. You also got Greg Sulkin from Marvel's Runaways fame. So could be interesting. All right, coming to Peacock, we got the murder mystery series called One of Us is Lying, which is based on a New York Times best-selling mystery surrounds Bayview High when 5 students walk into detention and only 4 walk out alive, leaving one dead just as he was about to reveal life-changing secrets about the others in the gossip app. Each of the students, Brownwin, Addie, Nate, and Cooper, had the opportunity and individual motive to murder their classmates, but all claim to be innocent as the case revolves around which of them one is lying. Now, from what I heard, it actually sounds like I Know What You Did Last Summer meets The Breakfast Club. So, hey, while we wait for the Amazon I Know What You Did Last Summer series, this could probably be interesting to watch. So, maybe it'll be decent. Last but not least, we got Rugrats Season 2 coming to Paramount Plus. So, hey, the first season just premiered in June. Now they got a second season here. I mean, I thought the show, the revival wasn't so bad. I mean, I still prefer the original, but it wasn't so bad there. But anyway, that's pretty much what's coming out this week. Let me lead you guys. Which of these films or shows are you excited for? Are you excited for No Time to Die, Lamb, On My Block, the final season, etc.? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Samuel Style.